Alright, so we rolled into Whittier last night, and this town is much smaller than we thought, which is totally fine.
We did no research.
Yeah, we did honestly really none. Like, we looked up a campground to try and book, and there was 2 campgrounds and they're first come first serve, so we were like, okay, that's all we need to know.
Yeah.
And we booked our ski-doo tour for tomorrow. So, but this town is really cool because the only way you can get here driving is through the old train tunnel. So it's over 2 miles long.
Yeah, it's long.
This tunnel through the mountain, it's 1 lane. It's a little bit wider than a train track. So it was a tight fit for the dually, but it was really cool.
Ray enjoyed it.
Yeah, not so much Jason.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I got to stare at the dually wheels the whole time. The
Right.
side view mirrors.
I'll drive back.
Yeah, no way. That would
Okay.
make me more stress.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So
I'll watch the video.
Perfect. So, and that actually wasn't accessible for cars until 2000.
Yeah.
So the only way you could get to this little town was either by plane or by boat. And
Or
it's
train. The train
or
still
train.
came through, yeah.
Right. So it's a little port town, huge boating town. I mean, look at all these boats. This is just the parking lot. And then further up this road is the campground, one of the campgrounds, and that's where we're staying. Dry camping, 20 bucks a night, nothing special, super unlevel spots, but each spot is surrounded by bushes, so you do have a little bit of privacy, which is nice.
Yeah.
What else? Oh,
Yeah.
what?
I mean, it's stunning.
Yeah, like the camera's not going to do it justice, but like you have all of these mountains, all of these mountains, all of these mountains, all of these mountains. So it's just really unique, and because of the late spring that they're having. I mean, it's technically summer now, but you have all these waterfalls still because there's so much snow melt still happening. So it's really cool. We're really digging it. The nickname for this town is actually the wettest city in Alaska. And last night when we rolled in, it was raining, and we're like, well, okay, that makes sense. But this morning we woke up to blue skies and actually decent temperature. Like, you just have one jacket on.
Yeah.
I'm just wearing a long sleeve shirt, you know, like, we're doing pretty good. And then its other nickname is the town under one roof. And that's because it's so small. You can't see it from here. I'll show it to you in a minute. Is that everybody who like lives and works here lives in this like hotel slash condo slash apartment building. The mosquitoes are coming out because it's getting warmer.
So let's keep moving.
Yeah, but yeah, so we kind of figured we'd just take the evening. Oh my goodness, look, I have this little caterpillar. We're gonna take the evening to just show you the town and see what there is to see, because honestly, it's not much. So that was the full tour of Whittier. We walked to the other end of town and back. It's obviously a very small town, but I don't know, I just really like it here. I think sometimes like the oddities really just do it for me. So the fact that like you have to drive through this 2 mile like old train track to get here.
Yeah.
And then I don't even think we mentioned this, but there's a building here that they're saying it's an old fort.
It's the old army barracks or military barracks.
Yeah, so they're saying that building is like the most haunted building in Alaska. And then even the campground we're staying in, when I went to try and find reservations and learned that it was first come, first serve, on its website it says like, we're haunted. And so I clicked on that link and it just talks about, you know, being a haunted campground, but nothing too specific. So I think that might be a stretch.
Yeah, they posted to an article that sounded like they had like written it. It was like, it didn't say anything other than it was haunted.
Yeah, no like personal experiences or
Right.
write-ins, but whatever, I still think it's funny. And then yeah, the third thing that's really odd but kind of interesting to me is that everybody in the town, like we mentioned, lives in this building. So it's the town under one roof. Like they don't have houses here. Sure, there's like odd scenarios where like it looks like maybe a storefront. The second story has been modified to be a living quarters.
Yeah, there's a couple trailers and stuff
Yeah,
like that, but
a couple RVs.
the vast majority of people.
Yeah, and you
Okay.
see it, like it's the end of the day here and the parking lot's full, like even just walking up the street, like everyone either drives in or walks in,
Yeah.
and they live here. And what's funny is literally right across the street is the school.
And I read that there's a tunnel underground from the condos to the school, so in the winter the kids can just go through the tunnel.
Yeah, they don't get any snow days, which sucks, but I think there'd be too many for them
Yeah.
if that was the case up here. But yeah, very odd, funky little town. We only saw 2 restaurants open. It's a Friday night. I don't even think there's more restaurants, like maybe 1 or 2 we might have missed, but I think that's the extent of it. Like a couple gift shops, beautiful views, and that's really it. Like it's more so this was a port town for goods and
Yeah.
people now live here and there's a little bit of tourism. Just
Yeah.
like we're going on that tour tomorrow. They have kayaking tours, boat tours, so there's a couple things out here to do.
Yeah, it's how you get to the Prince Edward Sound. So.
Yes. So tomorrow we're gonna try out one of those restaurants for lunch before our tour, and I don't know, get exploring Alaska by the water.
Yeah, hopefully see some glaciers up close on the backs of jet skis.
Tired of playing Guess That Smell in your RV? We certainly were, and that's why we created Tank Tune-Up. We created this holding tank treatment with a dual action formula that not only breaks down waste, but eliminates odors. Our formula doesn't have fillers or artificial fragrances that honestly sometimes make the odors worse. Tank Tune-Up is so easy to use, just simply scoop it, rinse it, and forget it. Whether you're hitting the road for a weekend getaway or living the full-time RV lifestyle, Tank Tune-Up makes odors a thing of the past. Scan the QR code or click the link in the description to get yours today. And if you want to learn more about our product, check out our full video on it. All right, check out the views on this campground. I mean, they probably don't look that great right now because of all the fog, but we've made our way from Whittier down to Seward. But before we tell you what we're doing down here, we had to give you a quick update on that
jet ski tour.
Yeah, it was so fun.
Yeah, there's 2 companies there, and we did the Glacier jet ski tours. Aren't on the waterway.
Their store.
Yeah, their store. So I would recommend them, definitely. They, like, you know, you get full dry suits, you get a full face helmet, you get life vests and all that.
They have heated handlebars on the jet skis.
So it was really, really nice.
And they give you an earpiece so you can actually like hear the guides.
Yeah.
Like they'll talk to you and tell you, hey, spread out, or they'll tell you like what we're looking at.
Stopping
and then we
soon,
stop.
or if they see anything, all that.
Yeah, so we stop and they tell us like about the area that we're looking at too. It's really cool.
The other company, I think the only thing we noticed is they had like half helmets.
Yeah.
Which I think I would have been irritated with, especially we had a very beautiful 2 days of sunshine.
We got so lucky.
It was nice and flat on our way out, but it got a little bit windier on our way in, so we got some of those bigger waves coming across.
Yeah, where you get to actually though like accelerate through them and launch a little bit, which is really fun.
And I really like that, except for if we didn't have the full face mask, you're just getting splashed in the face. So.
Yeah, like the visor comes down and we had an extra layer of protection, which was really nice to keep your face warm and obviously keep the water out of your face. So, and we noticed our tour got closer to like the main glacier.
Yeah.
Which was nice, which was, oh my God, like really awe-inspiring. It was just really cool to see a glacier that way. And it made this like deep rumble sound.
As it was like breaking pieces off.
Yeah, like
into the ocean.
So scary. At one point I looked at the guy and I was like, should we be worried about that? And he's like, no, it makes that noise like all the time. It's like, oh, okay, if you say so. But yeah, overall great tour, super fun. So we've now moseyed on down here. The weather went back to cloudy, which is totally fine.
Yeah, you get all of these campgrounds right here. There's like 4 or 5 of them, which are right on the water. These are the city campgrounds.
Yeah. So what's weird though, really quick, we've noticed booking campgrounds up here, like if they're using something called CampSpot, I don't think it's showing accurate information because every campground we've booked with CampSpot has said that they're full, but like, look at how many empty spots there are. Like, this is absurd, you know? So they're obviously not full. So it's been a little frustrating. Like, we're still getting a spot. We'll change dates, we'll change lengths, we'll change site types, and like nothing's available. Like we'll open it up to just show me what's available even for one night. And sometimes there's nothing or just one site, and then you get here and there's all these empty sites.
Yeah, so we like really shortened our time here in Seward because of that. We changed stuff around, which is fine, but it was like this campground and the last one that we stayed at were just like, you're like, this is not even half full, so it's just weird.
It is weird. So if you can, I would maybe call when you're making your reservations. I don't know if this place would allow you to call anywhere.
Yeah.
But some of them, you know, like private campgrounds use CampSpot too, we've noticed. So anyway, if you can, I would almost call, like if you're not seeing what you need or what you want online and they're using CampSpot, you can you can definitely give like the campground a call and have them take a look, and maybe they'll find something else for you. That's our little tip.
Yeah.
If when you're booking campgrounds up here in Alaska. So we are now taking a little, well, I don't think it's little, but like a cruise tour, day tour, half day tour to Kenai Fjords.
Kenai Fjords National Park.
Yeah.
Via water.
Yes.
So
So we've explored Alaska so far by road, plane, ski-doo,
yep. And now boat.
and now boat. So pretty excited about it. You know, this weather would probably bum some people out, but I don't know. There's just something about like, oh, those trees and fog.
Moody mountain vibes.
Moody mountain vibes. Just really do it for me.
Yeah, I mean, I wish we'd clear out for the cruise and then they come back, but
I know.
all right.
I still think it's kind of been burning off every day by the afternoon, so we should still get some decent views today. tour was an experience.
Yeah.
Good and bad.
Yeah. I think I had an enjoyable time, but
yes,
there was not a ton of people who did.
a lot of people got seasick. A lot. Thank goodness we don't get seasick, but like once we started to feel the rocking, we were like, you know what? Let's just take Dramamine. So we popped Dramamine just in case. And thankfully, like, we felt okay the whole trip. I don't even want to say like 50%, but that's what it felt like. Like half the boat was sick. Yeah. And they kept telling everybody, like, don't go into the bathrooms because A, it's just going to make it worse because now you, like, can't see anything and you're just going to be shaking around. And then B, because people need to use the restrooms, so, like, you can't be in there just occupying the bathroom the whole time because there was only 3 on the ship. So they also told everyone to, like, go to the very back of the ship. And, of course, like, that's where we were sitting. So it was just a line of people, like, barfing.
Yeah, standing up, just like everyone just looked looked sick.
Miserable. That was definitely the negative. It wasn't a negative for us. Like, it's not like I'm mad that these people were throwing up. I felt horrible for them. This is just a precautionary thing. Like, maybe this isn't the tour for you if you get motion sickness or if you're not sure. Like, don't do it on such a long tour to figure it out.
Yeah, start with like a 2-hour tour or something.
But then the positives, like, I know it was still a gloomy day, but the positives, like, it was still beautiful scenery once we got into the mountains. And then, you know, we got to see... Is it the Aialik? No, it's not Aialik.
A tidewater glacier.
Yeah. But this glacier was 2 miles long, half a mile tall. It was huge, and it was so active. And, you know, that's where a big portion of the tour gets to sit. So everyone gets to go outside, take pictures, take a look, and it's just so cool. Like, these glaciers, I never expected to enjoy them as much as I am. They're just so powerful, and like they have a presence, you know, they're so big and domineering, and like they almost remind me in a way of the Tetons. Like, this is the same way I felt about the Tetons. Like, just the presence is awe-inspiring, you know?
Yeah. And I like how, you know, tidewater glaciers, they're still moving and they're like calving off little chunks. So I love just like seeing chunks of the ice just break away, like huge chunks, like splashing into the water. I enjoy that part.
Yeah, we even saw like there was this little tunnel that kept every once in a while spitting out ice, but then the top actually caved in, so we got to see like the whole tunnel like break apart. It was pretty cool.
Like going up, it was very fun.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, we got to see humpback whales, and they were doing something called bubble netting, which they said most of the time, like, you know, the vast majority of the time you'll find them like eating by themselves, but here they were bubble netting, which they work together and they like swim around fish and little fish and corral them all together. And then like, they said one whale at the bottom, and he's like blowing bubbles, which is the bubble net, and that like, so all the whales are surrounding the fish, and then the one whale at the bottom blowing bubbles, like it forces them all up, and then they all swoop in with at the same time and gulp as many as they can, and then the birds are all trying to get in on the action too. So that was really cool. They said it's not very often at all that they see that. They feed like that, So I mean, they could be lying, but no, I was looking at it. So it wasn't. I've noticed. I don't know how many times I say it in a video, but like anytime we're told like this is a unique experience or you're so lucky to witness this, I'm like, you're lying. Like, in my head I'm just like, no, you tell every that was like the gold. They're like, you got so much gold, and we're like, did we? I don't know. Anyway, we didn't get to see as much as you normally would on a clear day, but frankly, like that's okay. I feel like with Alaska you really have to take what you get, and it's one of those things that's hard. Like yesterday it was raining as we were walking over there, and we're like, I wish we could like move this a day or whatever, and I don't know, you might have been able to, but it's still real hard to plan for real nice days, you know?
Now our next chapter is we're leaving the Kenai Peninsula today, which is super sad. We've had so much fun ping-ponging around this little peninsula, really exploring like the little nooks and crannies up here. So now we are leaving the peninsula, but we are heading to...
Now we start like the south part of our circle, so like we looped up and around, and now we're starting to head south again. So we're gonna do Valdez, then we start heading south to Haines.
Catching a ferry to Juneau, catching a ferry to
Gustavus.
Got a few more national parks to check off. So even though we're leaving the peninsula, we still have so many more things to do.
It's like we're only halfway done.
I know.
It's so crazy.
I know. Anyway, all right.
Let's go.